Well, think big, believe in yourself, take action. That's today's topic. Join us on Life Notes. Well, welcome to Life Notes for 17 July 2023. Oh, yeah, believe. That's what we're going to talk about today. And hopefully, when I'm done with this, you will believe. While I'm thinking of it, please like and subscribe for our video because that really helps. I realize now just how much it helps when you guys like it and subscribe to it, our station. So, our website, www.patreon.com/a step above, gives you all the info you need on becoming a Patreon subscriber. I recommend the platinum level. That's got the most benefits, and you get at platinum you get a hardback copy of every book I publish during the year for free, and I pay the shipping. Let's get into it. It's great that you want to think big, believe in yourself, and take action. Oh man, who's that guy sitting in a recliner with it propped up? Here's some tips. I think it'll help you achieve just that. Know your why. You got to know the reason that you're doing something or want to do something. Take that first step. An old Chinese proverb says, a trip of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. If you don't get started, you're not going anywhere. Be consistent. This is probably one of the biggest hang-ups that I have seen over the last 50 years is people will get really excited, they'll really start doing things, and then they don't. Then they don't. Embrace discomfort. You know what? If you're in a kind of a business that requires weekly meetings, sometimes it's not so much fun going every week to every meeting. However, that discomfort builds up the want to inside of you, and it will pay off in big dividends. You may not see the results for a year, or I heard of one person said he didn't see results until 3 years. Every week he was out there doing what he was supposed to do and going to the weekly meeting, and he said after a few months, man, he was ready to give up. But he thought, nope, my mentor said, if I will keep doing this, I will see success. And after 3 years, he did see success. This is a while back, his income went from $20,000 a year to several $100,000 a year. So it paid off big time, and it will pay off for you also. Intelligence is not everything. And I know everybody says you got to be smart to be in business for yourself. You got to be smart to make money. Well, it's good to be smart. But attitude pays more dividends than intelligence. Fact. Others can put you down. Don't let them. Man, I remember several years ago, probably over 40 years ago, my neighbor cutting me down to a bunch of his friends. They were out in the backyard and I was out in my backyard. We had a fence, but I could hear them. And he was talking about, oh yeah, he's going to be this and he's going to be that and he's going to buy this big house and he's going to make $1 million and blah, blah, blah. And talking about how stupid I was and how dumb that sounded. Well, it took me a while, but a year and a half later, I had that big house. So, and he was still living where he was living. Anyway, let me go on. And he was a smart guy. I'm not going to say he was stupid. He was smart. He had a very good position with the city. But he couldn't see past that job. All he could see was I go to work, and every month they pay me a big paycheck. That's all he could see, and probably today that's all he could see. Network is power. This is a really good one. Network is power. Utilize it. If you know people that know people, don't overuse it or take advantage of it, but utilize it. Make the connections. Become friendly with people in the venue within which you would like to work. And little by little, you will work your way into that segment of business or whatever it might be that you're doing. And break up your goals into steps. Oh boy, this is foundational. You can have a big goal to make $1 million. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Next month, you're not going to have $1 million if you're making $50,000 a year now. I'm just saying. But if you break it down into steps and you're making $50,000 a year, you utilize some investment vehicles wisely, that you are familiar with the companies and what's going on in that industry. In 8.5 years, making $50,000 a year, you can become a millionaire. 8.5 years. What is that? 102 months. Set attainable goals. Don't make them so easy that you go, I can do that. Don't make them so hard that you go, oh man, I don't even think I can do that. Make them attainable. For example, an exercise program. And I'm going to use me for example, since I'll be 74 this month. If I went about, which I did some months ago, starting lifting weights, I didn't start out like my son-in-laws that can lift way more weight than I can. I didn't listen to these guys that have been doing the gym for 15, 20, 12 years, and they can, oh man, look at what I can do. No, I started off with 2-pound weights because that's what I could lift without damaging my body. You know that you hear a lot of people say, no pain, no gain. It's stupid. I say, no pain, no pain. So anyway, take that any way you want to. I know what they're saying, but it's not a good saying. And I started out with 2-pound weights. Then I worked my way up to 6-pound weights. And I'm still working on the 6-pound weights because trying to get this body into shape. There's some ligaments and tendons and muscles that need working, so I've got to take it step by step. I can't get up to that 50-pound barbell that some of my acquaintances can do with one arm and make it look like a feather. Well, I'm not there, but probably give me a couple years. I'll be there. Set deadlines for your goals. You know, a dream without a deadline is just a wish. Man, I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had that new car. I wish we could move over to that neighborhood. You're not going to. You never will. Set deadlines. Let's say you wanted to save $960 this year. What is that? $80 a month? $20 a week, approximately. If you went for 52 weeks course, you could save $1,040. $20 a week, or a work week of 5 days, it'd be $4 a day. Well, yeah, you can do that. But if you want to save $20,000 this year, I don't know what your salary is. Most people can't set aside that much money. That would be, I'm calculating off the top of my head here, about $1,700, $1,800 a month. So think about that. Don't do it alone. Have your spouse work with you to accomplish goals together. Be a team. Don't be at odds with one another. And wives, not everybody that listens to my broadcast are Christians. This is from a Christian perspective, so I hope you will understand that. However, since I believe we're created by God, He put the man as the final say-so. Well, the women's liberals are going to go into all kind of craziness with that, but it's irrelevant. The man has the final responsibility for the family. If he's mean, gets drunk, he's a sorry good for nothing, and you are a responsible, stable, hardworking wife, it's going to be kind of hard for you to say, you know what, he's the head of the house. Here's what I say, and this is my opinion. This isn't from the Bible, and this isn't from any church. This is me. If you're in that kind of situation where you have an abusive husband, he's on drugs, he's sorry, lazy, he won't get out and go to work, he won't do anything, expects you to do everything. Now listen, ladies, he expects you to do everything. Don't just think because he's asked for a few things that he's expecting everything. I'm talking about an abusive, mean, ugly, hurtful, hateful man. Number one, I would say, well, he may not be church connected. Find a good, calm, stable male couple, male friend and a lady and a woman couple. Bring them in, and they're your friends, and they're his friends, and say, we'd like to talk to you. Or you can say, I'd like to talk to you, and I want Jim and Mary to sit in and listen to see if what I'm saying sounds reasonable. Even the meanest person I've ever met, when their friends are there, they might grumble, but they'll sit down and say, all right, go ahead, and express your feelings without being emotional. No poor me victim mentality. Just say, this is how I feel and this is why. Is that make sense to you? And let him answer. 75% of the time, he's going to say, man, I didn't realize that. There's that other 25% that will become belligerent and want to throw y'all's friends out. And at that time, it's time for you to leave. I'm just saying, I don't believe in divorce. However, sometimes there are situations that come up that demand you take action. Not in a mean way, but in a way that that person has had the opportunity to correct their behavior. And if they don't want to correct it, it's time to leave. I'm just as clear as I can get it. Work consistently. Whatever you do, apply yourself on a daily basis towards your goal or your dream. If you're saving up for that $5,000 cruise and you want to do it in 14 months, divide out 14 months, then divide it out with the weeks and how much you have to set aside each day to accomplish that cruise. So in conclusion, thinking big, believing in yourself, taking action encompasses these 12 steps I laid out. They're important aspects of achieving some kind of success in any area of your life. And it's crucial to remember that these imperatives are not enough on their own. You need to take time to truly get to know yourself and your circumstances, your situation, your desires before you can effectively put them to work in your life. I know this was probably a little bit more serious than you guys thought I was going to do, but I just felt like I needed to say what I said. And I always welcome your comments, and I always welcome any ideas you guys have about future broadcasts. Make it a great week.